Hello children, I welcome you all to English class of class 9. Now here we are going to discuss today about our unit 2. So the theme of this unit is games and sports, and here we find three readings. Reading A is True Height and Inspirational Story, and reading B, this is a poem, What is a Player? Reading C, this is an interview by VVS Lakshman. Now children, let's know about reading A. The story is titled True Height. This lesson is a true inspirational story, and I hope, children, that it will find you in a good mood as well as it surprises you with the suspense that reveals at the end. Okay, and I hope that you all get this inspiration and you also try to make something big in your life. So let's listen to the story of Michael Stone. Michael Stone's mother was a quite imaginative lady, and always she used to be compassionate, loving, and she used to take a good care of her son. Okay, and then always she used to inspire him by giving good stories and morals, and also like how a pole vaulter should be or how a athlete should be through her stories, and used to give a good bird's eye view to him. And the other side is like the father was a co-realist. He was a person who believed in hard work. Always he used to say something that if you want something, you have to achieve it. You have to work hard and achieve it. He was a person who believed in hard work. So what happened is Michael Stone used to listen the stories as well as he used to work hard in his life. Okay, and he used to do both simultaneously. Like he used to do gymnasium, he used to go to gyms lifting weights and all. Of course he was also learning the pole vaulting. For that he had to run and improve his immunity and all. So he used to run on the roads, and he used to outrun and cross the locomotives and whatnot. So he used to feel all the pebbles, stones, or the grass fields under his feet, and he used to enjoy the running. And from the age of 14 years, he used to be very careful that he had a target, and he used to simultaneously help his parents at household chores as well as managing the things at gymnastics plays and all. Okay, so this was happening simultaneously. Now let's know about the record set by Michael Stone. His personal best record was set at 16 feet 9 inches, and he was surprised to know that he cleared his own record and set a new record at 17 feet. This is quite interesting to know, children. Like he always used to listen and understand about the other participants' performance. By the way, how the audience used to give the reaction, like the way they groaned or the way they cheered. He used to listen and understand, and he used to improve his performance. Like, why did he listen and understand? We'll discuss this at the end. And each and every time he gave his performance, he used to improve his own performance and set a new record. Like, he cleared the bar at 17 feet 2 inches, then he cleared it at 17 feet 4 inches, and finally, the day has arrived for him, and he was one among the final competitors in the National Junior Olympics. And on that day, he gave his best performance. He really, with all his mind, heart, and soul, took a big jump over the pole and cleared the bar at 17 feet 6.5 inches. And this is really a great record that he cleared his own record and by exceeding 9.5 inches and said that at 17 feet 6.5 inches. This was a great moment of joy and proud for each and everyone at the strands, and even the parents were crying the tears of pride. Okay, and of course this is a greatest moment for a boy with a physical disability. Yes, children, he is a boy, physically disabled boy. He was a blind boy by birth, but still never his blindness became an obstacle in his life. He never took it to be an obstacle. He always improved his performance and gave his best at each and every performance. And really, this gives us a lesson that never physical or personal disability, whatever it may be, will never stop you from doing anything. It is only the aim, children, that will take you to great heights. Okay, So aim big and have that confidence to make it done. Okay, so this is quite inspirational story, isn't it? Yes, we should all take this inspiration and do something big in our lives. Now let's discuss about the poem What is a Player, given under reading B. This is written by Jessica Taylor and she is from Louisiana. Most of her poems focus on emotional issues, like with an emotional touch. They are loneliness, I miss you, I hate, I am worried are some of her popular poems. In this poem especially, she describes like how a player should be and should not be. Now let's know about it. A player should never give up for the fear of defeat. So when this thought of defeat gets into the mind of player, the player tends to lose the game. So this thought at least should never be going into the mind of player. And if at all if defeat arrives to him, let it be. Then take the defeat and learn lesson from that and never ever again lose again for that reason. So failures are always the stepping stones for success that must be learnt by every player. A player should never complain about the play time. So whenever the play time is fixed, the player should not complain that this time was sufficient or not sufficient. Okay, so the player must be in thought to give the best performance within the given time. So even if he makes any errors, the player must learn from the error. So to err is a human. So it is always known, children, humans make mistake, but a good human always learns from a mistake. Okay, and the player must always concentrate on the game speed rather concentrating on the play time. Okay, player should never feel that he is the best or she is the best. That best the thought itself makes them lose the game. So even the player must not settle for anything less than first place. So always the target must be the first place and then only they can achieve their success, whether it is day or night or day or shine, whatever it is. So the player, even with some ailments, they got hurt or whatever may be the reason, they should actually keep on practicing and try to give their best. Okay, so only that practice makes one perfect must be remembered by the players. Okay, and player should have a strong sensible mind. So the player should be ready to think from all ends, like player should be thinking from each and everyone who is playing in that game. Okay, a player should give support for each and everyone involved in the game, and never they should think about failing, like whether they are going to lose or not. They should not think about that. And a player must always concentrate to give their best. Okay, and a player never hesitates to play but want to enjoy playing, whether they may lose or win, whatever it is, but each and every moment that is given to them, they must enjoy playing it. So play the game for the pleasure of it, that must be taken, and that is a true sense of playing a game and enjoying it. Okay, children, so these are some concepts and some inspirational lines like how a player should be. This is like a good suggestion, and this needs to be the playing spirit or sportive spirit, whatever we call it. Okay. Now let's know about the lesson VVS Lakshman, very very special, given under reading C. This is an interview given by VVS Lakshman to a sports star, and here he shares his real life experiences as well as cricketing career experiences with us. Let's know about them. His full name is Vangipurapu Venkata Sai Lakshman. His father, Dr. Shantaram, and mother, Dr. V. Satyabhama, always guided him and taught him how to handle success and failure with equal ease. Okay, so that further became his philosophy of game and as well as life. Okay, he says treating success and failure on same wavelength helped him to be a better person. Okay, and he announced his retirement from international cricket when he was 37-year-old and he had played for the 16 years. Okay, he had 16-year long career, and then he announced his retirement just when they were about to play two test series against New Zealand. And he was promoted from under 16 level to under 19 by the Hyderabad Cricket Association, and at the age of 18 he played for the Hyderabad Ranji Trophy. And he of course gives all his credit to his family, like always his parents, wife and kids were all supportive, and he was very happy and satisfied with his family life. And he was from a doctor's family children, and he says that he had a difficult phase in his life, like he was to choose either to become a doctor or a cricketer. So that day he says that he was given utmost freedom by his father to choose his career. Okay, so he chose to be a cricketer. That was really a great thing for him as well as our country. He further shares that any person with talent will always be rewarded instantly, and he also shares that whenever he was unable to perform well, he used to feel low, but his family always motivated and supported him, and never they let him to be so. Okay, so he always says that biggest moments of his cricketing career were like being a member of Indian cricket team, which was the world number one in Test cricket. Okay, and he also says that his most and best memorable occasion was scoring 281 against Australia in Kolkata. Okay, so this he says that it was a turning point for him as well as for the Indian cricket itself. Okay, he even recalls some funny incidents that he faced on pitch, and he of course shares his gratitude towards all his previous captains and coaches. And he even shares his personal interests, like he enjoys being a family man, and of course he enjoys listening to the songs of Kishore Kumar and SP Balasubramaniam, whom he had actually shared a personal relationship with. Okay, and he feels always his dad is his hero and always will be his hero. And he had a dream of setting up a school and an academy, sports academy, as a post retirement pursuit, and he even made it come true. Okay, children, so this is all about his interview and the personal feelings and interests that he has shared with us. Isn't it interesting? Yes. So try knowing more about him, and this is all about the interview. Now let's know about vocabulary and grammar discussed under this unit. Here we have collocations under vocabulary. A collocation is an arrangement of words which co-occur. So collocation is an expression that consists of two or more words, okay, and word plus word, that is the word order for a collocation. When they come together, they are expressing more meaning. Okay, so heartfelt, deep sympathy, childhood dreams, strong opinion, warm welcome are some of the examples for collocations. And children, try solving the exercises given under collocations, and you can better understand then about the collocations. And here grammar. So when we have to discuss about adverbial clause, first we should know about independent and dependent clauses. So children, sentence is always the group of words having a complete sense, and sentence can have two or more clauses, and a clause forms a part of a sentence. Okay, and sentence will have always a subject and a predicate of its own. This you must have an idea by now. Then let's know about independent and dependent clause. So when we know this that sentence is having two or more than two clauses, so here we should understand that one of the clause is always depending on the other clause to complete its meaning. Okay, so when this clause is depending on the other, what is this clause called? This is depending, so this is called as dependent or subordinate clause. Okay, and the other is not depending, right? So that is independent. So the other clause is called as independent clause. It is having the subject of its own and it never depends. So here you can see the example, because he ran, he was able to catch the bus. So the first part is underlined till comma, you can see. So if you avoid reading that, because he ran, read it, leave it, and then read the other one. He was able to catch the bus. So he was able to catch the bus is giving us some meaning. So when we read and stop till because he ran. So what happened after he ran? Because he ran. So that is what is the independent clause is doing for the dependent clause. So because he ran is depending on the other part of the clause, he was able to catch the bus to complete its meaning. Okay. So here the underlined part is the dependent clause and the other one is the independent clause. And remember children, always in the depending clauses or the subordinate clauses, you see this adverbs coming in. Okay. So the subordinate clauses will have adverbs, and because of these adverbs acting as the connectives or connectors or conjunctions, we are able to join these two clauses and then we get a complete sense. Okay. So here you see because he ran, because is an adverb, a connector, and then you have an example when he heard the singing of some distant robins in flight. Okay, so when he heard, so when it is starting with the word when is an adverb. Okay, so this whole sentence, part of a sentence that is underlined, is an adverb clause. He knew it was the time to fly is the independent clause here. Okay children, so try solving some of the examples given under adverbial clause under your sections in your text, and I hope you have solved some worksheets as well, right? So try knowing more about adverbial clauses and it is really interesting. Now let's know about the discourses that are going to be asked in this unit. So under major discourses, you should learn how to narrate your feelings about Michael Stone's unbelievable talent. So you can give out your opinions about Michael Stone, like how a physically disabled boy created wonders, and this all you can give in a proper order, like it's a reflective essay. You can give your opinion and follow proper order of introduction, then support your statements, and then finally conclude properly. Okay. The next question is, you should feel yourself as a reporter and try to write an imaginary interview with Michael Stone. You must also remember to give the Michael Stone's responses and try to be sensible and reasonable when you're giving your responses. Okay, and then try to write a speech script. Okay children, so here you're going to write a speech about VVS Lakshman's cricketing career. So try knowing more about him and be precise in presenting this information. Like when you're going to present it before everyone, how clear you must be, and also with proper greetings and proper conclusion. Okay. Then under minor discourses, you should learn how to write a notice to the sports club to attend the felicitating ceremony of VVS Lakshman. So writing notice is very important, like how it should have the organization's name first, then notice as title, then again it must have a headline. Okay, so even who are the invitees and when is the program, who can all attend, and who is inviting, everything must be mentioned clearly. Okay, so the next question is how to prepare a poster. You must know how to prepare a poster, and this must give out the importance of playing games and how important is playing games, actually how it helps to keep a healthy mind and healthy body. So it is having a lot of information for you to put in. Okay, so always remember, poster must have a good title, it must be having related information given in some bullet points, and don't cram it with a lot of information and don't fill it with paragraphs. Just let it be simple, and then give some related pictures or some special quotes or slogans, and then it makes a beautiful poster. Thank you all for listening to the class, and let's meet in the next class.